Just to be clear, you don't need subjunctif to go to the bakery or to the supermarket and buy some stuff, do some groceries. You don't need subjunctif if you're lost in a train station in France and you just want to ask for some directions, okay? You don't need subjunctif for the very beginning of your learning or for the very pragmatic reality of the daily life. But you will need subjunctif definitely as soon as you want to start expressing a bit more sophisticated idea, that you would like something, that something has to be a certain way, etc., etc. Okay? So this is going to be a full guide about subjunctif. This is going to be a long and heavy video, so please make sure that you have a lot of energy and that you are not sleepy. As I say all the time, about 50% of the learning will be studying in an academic way, but a big half of your learning and of you becoming comfortable with subjunctif will happen by doing the effort of talking with people, listening to people speaking, etc., etc. What I mean is like experiencing the real life, okay? So today we focus on this part. Please note that this video is part of a B1 course that is available on my website. So if you are following this video from the course, you will see that we will have like chapters about subjunctif in 5 or 6 times during the course. So this will follow a logical progression. If you watch this video on YouTube, then I do not think it is super smart to watch the whole video in one go. So during the video, I will tell you when to take breaks, okay? So I would suggest that you do a part of the video, then I will tell you to stop the video here, go back maybe tomorrow or 2 days from now to do more exercises. So let's go. Subjunctif présent. Between A2 and B1 level, closer to B1 than A2. Let's go. This will be my best attempt at creating a full guide going in detail about subjunctif. We are going to do a lot of exercises today, maybe 10 or 11 exercises. So you should take a pen and a sheet of paper to do the exercise. Put any distraction away, put the video in full screen mode as always. First of all, we are going to review the logic of subjunctif. So starting with the difference between a mode and a temps in French grammar. This is absolutely fundamental for you to understand what is the logic of using subjunctif. Then we're going to see how to actually conjugate verbs in subjunctif, as well as the irregular verbs, okay, the 10 of them. And finally, the most important, when to use subjunctif. So this is where we are going to do a lot of exercises and we are going to see a lot of examples. Okay? C'est parti, starting right away with the logic. First of all, if you want to understand the logic of subjunctif, you absolutely have, in my opinion, to understand what is a mode and what is a temps in French. So look at this sentence. Je mange des fraises. I eat some strawberries, right? This is a very easy sentence using présent, the present tense. Je mange. But maybe you have heard before that when I say présent, what I actually mean when I say that manger is conjugated at the present tense is présent de l'indicatif, right? I think you've heard this before, présent de l'indicatif. In the same way, if I say j'ai mangé des fraises. So now I'm using passé composé, right? I am talking at the past tense. So j'ai mangé is passé composé. Well, by right, we never do it because it's obvious, but by right, we should say passé composé de l'indicatif. This is the full name. Same, je mangerai des fraises. Now I am in the future. Hein? Je mangerai is futur simple. And by right, I should say futur simple de l'indicatif. So why is it like this? What is actually indicatif? Well, indicatif is not a temps. It's not a conjugation tense. Indicatif, it's like a family of tenses. Inside indicatif, you have présent de l'indicatif, you have the passé composé, you have imparfait, you have futur simple, etc. So indicatif, this is what we call a mode. In French, a mode is like a family of tenses. And here, all of these are the tenses of the indicatif mode. Okay? And in French, we have 4 modes. Indicatif, subjonctif, conditionnel, impératif. I have put this picture here because I like to think of modes kind of like parallel dimensions or parallel universe, parallel planets. And I know that for now it sounds super abstract, but you are going to understand what I mean. I think this is going to get easier in a minute. So if I just take a look at indicatif, okay, I told you these are the tenses of indicatif. Passé composé, imparfait, futur simple, présent, etc. Indicatif, it's the most basic mode because it is the mode of what I can call the real world. This is the mode of the things that are actually happening in our world, our universe. Par exemple, when I say je mange des fraises, I eat some strawberries. Well, I eat the strawberries in the real world, okay? It's like I am in the normal universe eating some strawberries. Nothing is strange about this sentence. And same if I say j'ai mangé des fraises, so in the past, I mean, I really ate some strawberries. It happened in the real world. It happened in the past. Yes, but still in the real world. And when I say je mangerai des fraises, so it didn't happen yet, it will be in the future, right? Or at least I think it will be in the future. Je mangerai, but still when it will happen in the real world. This is why indicatif is the mode of the real world in a way, the things that happen in real life. Now, what is subjunctif? So look at this. Subjunctif is a mode that has technically 4 tenses. But first of all, 2 of these 4 tenses, let's say they are not used anymore nowadays. Okay, so we don't even care about them. And today we will just focus on subjunctif présent. That will be enough for today. Okay. So just remember that subjunctif, technically, if you want to be very precise, it has 4 tenses, but honestly, we can consider it only has 2 tenses because the other 2, we don't care about them and we never use them anymore. So you have subjonctif présent et subjonctif passé. Today, whenever I talk about subjonctif, what I mean is subjonctif présent. We talk about the present tense. So let's imagine a situation like this. So this one will be an example to explain to you the logic of subjunctif. Imagine that you have a mother and you have a kid. The mother says, je veux que tu fasses la vaisselle. So what is this sentence? Je veux, I want something, right? Que tu fasses la vaisselle. So I want you to do the dishes. I want you to clean the dishes, right? Faire la vaisselle. The mother, she says to her son, I want you to do the dishes. Je veux means I want. And as you can see, je veux is conjugated at présent de l'indicatif. Why? Well, it's normal because the fact that the mother wants something is happening in the real world. The mother, well, she's here on planet Earth in the real world and she wants something. Je veux. But now, what does she want? She wants the son to do the dishes, to clean the dishes. Okay? So what is this action? Cleaning the dishes. Well, in a way, you can imagine that there is a version of the boy who is doing the dishes. Because the action in the sentence here is, you clean the dishes. I want you to clean the dishes. So the boy cleaning the dishes, where is he? He's not in the real world, because in the real world, the boy is not doing the dishes, right? But there is a boy doing the dishes, in a parallel dimension that exists in the mind of the mother. That is why, grammatically speaking, we use subjunctif to express grammatically this change of dimension. I will repeat myself to make it really clear. So, the mother says, je veux que tu fasses la vaisselle. I want you to do the dishes. The fact that she wants something is happening in the real world. I want you right here, right now. This is real. But doing the dishes, it's not happening in the real world, at least for now. Maybe the boy later, he will do the dishes. I don't know. No, I'm talking right now from a grammatical point of view. Doing the dishes, this is not happening in the real world. So you cannot use indicatif anymore to express it. The boy doing the dishes, it's something like happening in another dimension. And that is why you use subjunctif. Because subjunctif is the mode of things happening like in a parallel dimension, like hypothetical things happening in people's mind. Okay? So we use another mode to grammatically express this shift of dimension. And that is why face, right here, is subjunctif. This is conjugated at subjunctif. By the way, face is the verb faire, to do. Okay? I hope this is okay for you. Let's look at another example. Okay, so just, sorry, before this, when I look at the sentence, je veux que tu fasses la vaisselle, grammatically speaking, I can say that le verbe vouloir, vouloir is je veux, vouloir is conjugated au présent. Which présent? Le présent de l'indicatif. Je veux. And tu fasses is the verb faire, also conjugated at the present, but not the present of indicatif, the present of subjunctif. You can really see here, I think, this idea of parallel dimensions, because both verbs are present, but one of them is the present of the real world, and the other is the present of the imagination world. Okay? Très bien. Let's look at another example. So imagine there is this guy at home. He is wondering if it's raining outside. But this is the window, but you see like there's a curtain on the window. So there's a window, but he cannot actually see outside. So he says, je ne pense pas qu'il pleuve. I don't think it's raining. Okay? I don't think it's raining. Well, exactly in the same way, the fact that he does not think something, je ne pense pas, this is happening in the real world. Why? Because the guy right here, well, he's right here in the real world. So whether he thinks or don't think, etc., this is happening right here, right now, in the real world, in the real life. This is why you say, je pense at indicatif. But I don't think it's raining. Je ne pense pas qu'il pleuve. Then the action of raining, this one is really in his imagination, because actually he doesn't know, right? So, just like before, the action of raining, it's actually happening like in his mind, you know? He's just thinking about the rain. And that is why, from a grammatical point of view, we use the subjunctif to conjugate the verb pleuvoir, to rain. The action of raining is happening in his mind. So grammatically speaking, it is happening in the world of subjunctif. Okay? If this is not super clear for you right now, you will get a better understanding and a better feeling in the third part of this video when we're going to review a lot of examples. Okay? For now, we can stop the examples and go to conjugation. So this is the very academic part that you will have to learn by heart. No choice. Okay. So concretely, how to conjugate a verb at subjunctif. The first step will be to take a verb, like for example aimer, and you conjugate it at présent de l'indicatif. Donc j'aime, tu aimes, il aime, nous aimons, I love, you love, he loves, etc. Okay, easy. Step number 2, you look at how the verb is conjugated for il, elle au pluriel. Okay, so this one. All right, nothing much to do. Then what I do is that I take the root of this one. Okay, so for a simple verb like aimer, you can see that whatever, if I use je, tu, il, nous, the root is always IEM, IEM, IEM. But for some other verbs, the root is not always the same. This is why we still have to follow this rule. Okay? So I repeat. Step number 1, I conjugate aimer at normal présent de l'indicatif. Then I look at il, elle au pluriel, and I take the root. So the root is the part that is not supposed to change. It's the part before the endings like es, ons, ez, etc. So I take this AIM. This AIM will become the beginning, the new root of the verb at subjunctif. Okay? And then the last step, after this root, I will add the subjunctive endings. And now the subjunctive endings, they are the same for every single verbs. They are es, ions, iez, ent. Okay? By the way, as you can see, es, ent, these are the same endings as the présent de l'indicatif for the verbs ending in er. And this one, ions, iez. Okay? So what I do, I add these endings after I am here. So I have like this. Okay? Que j'aime, que tu aimes, qu'il aime, que nous aimions, hein, ions, que vous aimiez, qu'ils ou elles aiment. So normally at this point you might think, wait, this is kind of a scam, like j'aime, tu aimes, il aime. These are just the same as the normal present tense. Why should we do all this process to just end up with almost the same verb? First of all, it's not really the same because before the verb you have que. Every verb at subjunctive has que. If there is no que, it is not subjunctive. There is no exception to this rule. 100% has to be que before the verb. That's the first thing. The second thing is that this is just the first example using a verb, a very easy verb ending in er. Okay? But you are right. For the easy verbs ending in er, well, they look exactly the same as the normal present of indicatif. Ok? On continue. On va regarder d'autres exemples. Ici, pour j'aime, so okay, I have made this slide summarizing all the process. So if you want, you can pause here to really let it sink in your mind. The steps are here, okay? So this is the verb I'm conjugated, aimer. I conjugate this verb at présent de l'indicatif. So it looks like this. Then this last cell is in red because I take the root, this one. And at the end of the root, I add the subjunctive endings. And so in the end, I have this one right here. So in this last column, the root that is here, IEM, is in bold. Huh? IEM, IEM, IEM. And in blue, you have the subjunctive endings. Ça va? So this is summarizing everything that I just told you. Par exemple, je ne pense pas que vous aimiez ce travail. I do not think that you like this job. I don't think that you like this work. Que vous aimiez is subjunctive. Okay? No, please pay attention to the pronunciation. I swear it doesn't look so important. I promise you that if you are planning to go far in French, like B1, B2, maybe speak casual French in the future, etc., I swear that this pronunciation is important. So please repeat after me. Aimons, aimillons, aimer, aimiller. Normal speed. Aimons, aimions. Aimer, aimier. Très bien. I swear it's important. Now, let's look at the verb of the second group. And now, you see, no, it's not the same than présent de l'indicatif. So, I take the verb finir to finish. Présent de l'indicatif, so I have je finis, tu finis, il finit, nous finissons, vous finissez. Il ou elle finissent. So what should I do? Just like before, I look at the il, elle au pluriel. I take the root, which means I remove this ENT, and here I have this finis, which will be the new root of subjunctive. And after this root, I add the subjunctive endings. So what will be the result? You can repeat after me. Que je finisse, que tu finisses, qu'il ou elle finisse, que nous finissions, ions, que vous finissiez, qu'ils finissent. Ok? Par exemple, il faut qu'elle finisse ses devoirs avant demain. She must finish her homeworks before tomorrow. Très bien. Now, a verb of the third group, prendre, which means to take. Exactly the same. I conjugate prendre at présent de l'indicatif. Je prends, tu prends, il prend, nous prenons, vous prenez, il ou elle prennent. So I remove the ENT at the end. I remove the ending of indicatif. And I keep the root prennent. At the end of this root, I add the subjunctive endings. Sorry, the F went for a little journey here. And so what will be the result? Que je prenne, you can repeat after me, que je prenne, que tu prennes, qu'il ou elle prenne, que nous prenions, que vous preniez, qu'il ou elle prenne. Ça va? Par exemple, j'aimerais que tu prennes le métro avant 22 heures. I would like you to take the metro before 10 p.m. Here you might tell me, okay, wait, NN, 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 and here why is there only one N? So this is because it's slightly irregular and typical from this kind of verbs like prendre, okay? That is a small irregularity and it's very similar to a lot of other irregularities like manger becomes mangeons and takes a E to keep the j sound and everything. This is what you can consider to be like a very small irregularity that are common to a lot of different conjugations. So I don't go in detail here because it's not really related to subjunctive itself. Ça va? So we can do right now a first exercise. I want you to pause the video here and you take your paper and a pen and you conjugate the verbs at subjunctive. Now I have put étudier here in red because when you will apply the rules that I told you to étudier, you will find a strange result maybe, and this strange result will be the correct answer. So étudier will look very strange, but don't worry about it. Vas-y. C'est bon? So you pause the video, do the exercise. Ça va? On regarde. Il faut que tu manges tes légumes pour être en bonne santé. You must eat your vegetables to be healthy. Il faut que je prenne le bus à 8 heures demain. I must take the bus at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Il faut que vous achetiez du lait et de la farine. You must buy some milk and flour. Il faut que les enfants attendent la sonnerie avant de sortir. So the children must wait for the ring before they can go out. Il faut que nous étudions le subjonctif. So, étudions, I know this looks super strange, but this is actually the right spelling at subjonctif. And if you just apply the rule that I told you, you will see that it's correct. Il faut que nous étudions le subjonctif. We must study subjonctif. That's what you're doing. Congratulations. Il faut qu'elle connaisse votre numéro pour vous rappeler. She must know your phone number so she can call you back. Il faut que je travaille ce soir jusqu'à 20h. I must work tonight until 8 p.m. Il faut que vous mettiez ce papier dans la poubelle jaune. You must put this paper in the yellow trash. Il faut que Paul ouvre la fenêtre pour aérer la pièce. So Paul must open the window to let some air, come in the room. Il faut que nous vendions notre voiture avant de partir vivre à l'étranger. We must sell our car before going to live in a foreign country. Ça va? Très bien. Now, just for you to be convinced, you go to Google, you write étudier subjonctif, you will see I'm not lying. This is the correct spelling of étudier at subjonctif. I know it looks super strange to have E in French. Even for us French people, it looks strange every time we see it, but that's the correct way. Et maintenant, au subjonctif, il y a 10 gros verbes irréguliers. You have 10 big irregular verbs. So let's review them. I'm sorry for you, but you will have no choice but to learn them by heart. And that's how it is. Okay? So we start with these ones. You can repeat after me because the pronunciation is sometimes not obvious at all. So, allez, que j'aille, que tu ailles, qu'il aille, que nous allions, que vous alliez, qu'ils aillent. Par exemple, il faut que j'aille chez moi. I must go home. Avoir, que j'ai, que tu aies, qu'il ait, que nous ayons, que vous ayez, qu'ils aient. Par exemple, je voudrais qu'elle ait moins peur. I would like her to be less scared, less afraid. Être, que je sois, que tu sois, qu'il soit, que nous soyons, que vous soyez, qu'il soit. Par exemple, je ne pense pas qu'ils soient là. I don't think they are here. Okay? So you can see there's a logic of pronunciation. Soit, 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 soyons, soyez. Et, ayons, ayez. There's a logic here. Faire, que je fasse, que tu fasses, qu'il fasse, que nous fassions, que vous fassiez, qu'il fasse. Par exemple, je veux que vous fassiez moins de bruit. I want you to do less noise. Pouvoir, que je puisse, que tu puisses, qu'il puisse, que nous puissions, que vous puissiez, qu'il puisse. Par exemple, je doute que nous puissions arriver à l'heure. I doubt we can arrive on time. Savoir, que je sache, que tu saches, qu'il sache, que nous sachions, que vous sachiez, qu'il sache. Par exemple, il faut que tu saches quelque chose. You must know something. And finally, valoir, que je vaille, que tu vailles, qu'il vaille, attention, que nous valions, que vous valiez, qu'il vaille. Par exemple, je ne crois pas que ça vaille le coup. I don't think it's worth it. Vouloir, que je veuille, que tu veuilles, qu'il veuille, que nous voulions, que vous vouliez, qu'il veuille. Par exemple, j'ai peur qu'ils ne veuillent pas venir. I'm afraid they don't want to come. And then, you know that falloir et pleuvoir are two verbs in French that only exist at il, because they are impersonal verbs, right? Qu'il faille, par exemple. Vous ne pensez pas qu'il faille faire du sport? You don't think we must exercise? Something like this. Et pleuvoir, to rain, qu'il pleuve. Tu veux sortir avant qu'il pleuve? Do you want to go out before it rains? Ok, très bien. Ça va? Si ça va, well, we can do another exercise of conjugation. Just like the one before, I want you to conjugate the following sentences. You pause the video and you conjugate the verbs at subjonctif. Vas-y. C'est bon? On regarde. Il faut que tu aies ton passeport avec toi pour voyager. So, you must have your passport with you to travel. Il faut que vous soyez à l'heure demain. You must be on time tomorrow. Il faut qu'il aille faire les courses. He must go do the groceries. Il faut que nous sachions utiliser le subjonctif correctement. We must know how to use subjonctif correctly. Il faut que je puisse te contacter si tu as un problème. I must be able to contact you if you have an issue. Il faut qu'il pleuve pour utiliser un parapluie. It must be raining for you to use an umbrella. Il faut qu'elle fasse attention de ne pas arriver en retard. They must be careful not to be late. Il est possible qu'il faille davantage de temps pour terminer mon travail. It's possible that I need more time to finish my work. Il se peut qu'il vaille mieux renoncer. It's possible that it would be better to stop here, something like this. Il faut que vous vouliez apprendre pour réussir. You must want to learn to succeed. Ok? Très bien. Félicitations. Another exercise straight away, and after this one, I think we can take a break. Okay? So please conjugate these verbs, these sentences at subjonctif again. This is just more practice. C'est bon? On regarde. Pourvu que nous n'arrivions pas trop tard. It's like, I wish we don't arrive too late. Tu feras des exercices jusqu'à ce que tu comprennes ta leçon. You will do some exercises until you understand the lesson. J'ai acheté de la farine pour que vous puissiez faire un gâteau. I bought some flour so you can do a cake. Jean viendra à condition qu'il finisse son travail. Jean will come when he finishes his work. Il est possible que le rendez-vous soit annulé. It's possible that the meeting is cancelled. J'ai peur que vous ne fassiez des bêtises si la babysitter ne vient pas ce soir. I'm afraid that you do some bad stuff if the babysitter don't come tonight. Nous aimerions que les jumeaux aient le même cadeau pour leur anniversaire. We would like the twins to get the same present for their birthday. Tu avais si faim, je suis surprise que tu ne manges pas tout. While you were so hungry, I'm surprised that you don't eat everything. Nous nous levons si tard le matin qu'il arrive que nous manquions le petit déjeuner. We wake up so late in the morning that sometimes we miss breakfast. Ok? Félicitations, if you did all the exercises, congratulations. And so, like I was saying in the beginning, if you are following this video on YouTube, I would actually suggest that you take a break here and maybe you come back tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So now you let your brain rest a bit because we still have a lot of things to see. And my idea is that anyway you are not, I promise you that you are not going to learn subjunctive in one day. So you might as well learn it little by little instead of trying to stuff your brain as much as possible with too many informations. Okay? On continue. Now, we have talked about how to conjugate subjunctive and about the logic of subjunctive. You've seen a lot of examples in the exercises that we did, but maybe it's time to see more properly when to use subjunctive, and this is where it gets interesting. So I think we are going to see 5 or 6 different cases. Case number 1. We use the subjunctive to express that something is necessary or something is mandatory. What do I mean by this? So, when I want to say that something is mandatory, I can do it in 2 ways. The first way, so please really pay attention here because the logic I'm going to explain to you here will be the same for every other case, almost. So this right here, right now, is very, very important. Please make sure that you really pay attention. I can express that something is necessary in 2 ways. The first way is just making a general statement. For example, il faut regarder à gauche et à droite avant de traverser. You know that il faut is something like one must look on the right and on the left before crossing the road. I'm not talking about anyone specifically here. I am making like a general statement about life. It's like we have to do this. It's important to look left and right before crossing the road. Il est important de manger des fruits et des légumes. It is important to eat fruits and vegetables. Same here, I'm making like a general statement about life. I am saying that something is necessary, something is important, is mandatory. But I'm not talking about anyone or anything specifically. I'm making a general statement. Yeah, it's important in life to eat fruits and vegetables. So when I do this, as you can see, I use de and then a verb at infinitive. Par exemple, il est important de manger. That's the grammar to do it. Okay? It was the same here, in the example here. Il faut regarder, except that for faut, you don't say de, but I will summarize this later. Please stay with me here. But the other way, the second way to say that something is necessary, is mandatory, or is important, is to make a specific statement. For example, il est important que tu manges des fruits et des légumes. It's important that you eat fruits and vegetables. And no, it's not general anymore. No, I am actually talking to someone. I'm talking about someone. Do you get the difference? Here I'm saying it's important to eat fruits and vegetables. It's a general statement about life. It's a generality, okay? But here, it's important that you eat fruits and vegetables. I am making a specific statement directed towards someone precise, okay? And in this case, I use subjunctive. And this logic right here of using infinitive for general statements or subjunctive for specific statements, we are going to see it in every other case. You are going to see this everywhere, okay? If I look at this here, il est important que tu fasses tes devoirs. It is important that you do your homework, okay? I am expressing that something is necessary, mandatory, that something is important directly towards someone specific, so I use subjunctive. That is how we use it. Il est nécessaire que vous veniez à 18h. It is necessary that you come at 6 p.m. Same, I am making a specific statement. It's necessary that you come. Il est nécessaire que vous veniez. Okay? So, subjonctif. Il faut que je prenne le métro. I must take the metro. Okay? Same, I'm making a specific statement. I must take the metro. It's not general, I'm talking about something specific here. So, subjonctif. Il faut que je prenne le métro. Okay? The main expressions here are clearly and by far il faut, il est important et il est nécessaire. Okay, so Il faut is like one must, we must, something like this. Il est important, so it is important that, il est nécessaire, it is necessary that, blah blah blah. Okay? Pay attention, when I use il faut is a bit of an exception. I do not use de when infinitive. Okay? So I will say il faut manger. But for the others, I always have to use de before the verb. Okay? Il est important de manger. Il est nécessaire de manger. Okay? That's it. For now, we can do an exercise right away. So you look at these sentences, you pause the video, and you decide either you conjugate the verb at subjunctif or you just leave it at infinitive. Okay? Keeping in mind what I just told you about the grammar. C'est bon, I think it's very easy because whenever you see de, you know you have to let the infinitive. And when you see que, you know you have to use subjunctive. C'est bon? On regarde. So, infinitif is in red, subjonctif is in orange. Ok. Alors, il faut boire au moins 1,5 litre d'eau par jour. So, one must drink at least 1.5 liters of water per day. Il faut que je boive un café avant de partir. I must drink a coffee before I leave. Il est important qu'elle ait son téléphone avec elle. It is important that she has her phone with her. Il est important d'avoir de l'argent liquide pour aller au marché. It is important to have cash money to go to the market. Il est nécessaire d'écouter le professeur. It is necessary to listen to the teacher. Il est nécessaire que vous écoutiez ce que je dis. It is necessary that you listen to what I say. Il faut être courageux pour voyager seul. One must be courageous to travel alone. Il faut que tu sois majeur pour conduire une voiture. You must be majeur is like more than 18 years old to drive a car. Il faut qu'il pleuve pour que les plantes poussent. Très bien. Ça va? On continue. Now, if you are super motivated, I would like you to do this exercise. You just write free writing. You write 5 sentences, 2 sentences using infinitive, and 3 sentences using que plus subjunctif. Okay? If you write the sentences in the comments under this video, then I will personally correct them and tell you if you have made a mistake, I will correct it. And if they are correct, I will tell you they are correct. Okay? So then I get a bit more comments, under the video. Okay, now case number 2. How to use the subjunctive to express your feelings. Now, please really pay attention now, really be focused. You will see that this is very similar to what we have just seen. If you get the logic right here, and if you got the logic earlier, you're good to go. You're perfect. So, I want to use subjunctive to express what I feel about something. Just like before, I will separate 2 cases. If I want to express something I feel about something generic or about myself, from now on, we consider that myself is in the same category as something generic. Because when I express feelings about myself, it's as if I'm talking about something generic. Okay? Par exemple, je suis contente de manger. I am happy to be eating. You can see that it's kind of like half generic and half about myself. I am happy to be eating. So here, who is happy? It's the woman. Who is eating? It's the woman. She says, I'm happy that I'm eating. So she's expressing a feeling about herself. And ta-da, what do you see? Just like before, we have de plus infinitif. Surprising. C'est super d'être ici. Wow, it's great to be here. C'est super. It's super. It's great to be here. What do I see here? De. Hein? The apostrophe is just de. Hein? Plus infinitif, once again. And when I say, wow, it's super to be here. Who is here? It's me. Who thinks it's super? It's me. So as you can see, that's why it's at the same time it's about myself, and at the same time it's something generic. This is why we merge them together. When I say it's super to be here, who thinks it's super? Me. Who is here? Me. So I'm saying something generic, but at the same time I'm talking about myself. So this is why logically we have to put them together. C'est énervant d'attendre. Wow, it's énervant. It's like I'm angry. I'm pissed off. Okay, it's unnerving to wait. Once again, who is getting angry? It's me. Who is waiting? It's me as well. So I'm still in this case here. And what am I doing? De plus infinitif. Always. Last one. Je suis triste de partir. I am sad to be leaving. I am sad to leave. Okay, so I think you get it. Whenever I express something about myself or something generic, I use de plus infinitif, just like before. So in this example, like I told you, je suis triste de partir. I am sad to be leaving. Who is sad? It's the woman. Who is leaving? It's also the woman. Obviously, when I say I am sad to be leaving, who is sad? It's I, it's me. Who is leaving? It's I, it's me, because I am sad that I'm leaving. But no, the second way to express what I feel about something is if there is another object to the verb now. So let's imagine this. No, the woman is still leaving, but she's not the one who is sad to be leaving. No, there's a guy who is sad. And so this guy right here, he is sad that the woman is leaving. And no, I am in the context of expressing what I feel about something different than myself, about something specific. Je suis triste qu'elle parte. I am sad that she leaves. Okay? That's the logic to get here. That's exactly the same logic as what we saw earlier. I am expressing myself about something else, about something specific that is not a generic thing, that is not myself. Je suis triste qu'elle parte. I am sad that she is leaving. Okay? And guess what? In this case, I am using subjonctif. Qu'elle parte. Okay? C'est dommage que vous attendiez. Oh, it's unfortunate that you are waiting. Okay, same, I am expressing something specific, so I use subjonctif. C'est super que tu sois ici. It's great that you are here. C'est super que tu sois ici. It's great that you are here. Who thinks that it's great? It's me. I mean, it's the person telling the sentence. Who is here? You. Tu sois ici. You are here. Okay? So it's always the same thing. I think you probably get the logic by now. So these are the main expressions. Okay? The positive expressions, you have like, oh, c'est super, it's great. Je suis content, I am happy. C'est bien, it's great, it's good, etc. For the negative expressions, you have like, c'est dommage, it's sad. Okay, like, c'est triste, it's sad. C'est dommage, it's unfortunate. C'est énervant, it's making me angry, something like this, okay? All of these expressions, you use them with de plus infinitif to talk about something generic or to talk about yourself. Like we saw, it's the same thing grammatically. Or you use them with que and subjunctif to talk about something specific. Okay? We can do a new exercise. You can pause the video right here and conjugate the sentences. C'est bon? On regarde. C'est formidable que tu fasses ça souvent. Oh, it's great that you do this often. C'est triste de ne pas pouvoir aller à l'école. It is sad to not be able to go to school. C'est génial de pouvoir s'aider entre voisins. It's great to be able to help each other among neighbors. Elle est soulagée que tu puisses l'aider. She's relieved that you can help her. Je pense que c'est bien que tu rendes visite à ta grand-mère dimanche. I think it's great that you can visit your grandmother on Sunday. C'est super que le système existe dans plein de villes. That's great that this system exists in many cities. Ça m'énerve que nous ne puissions pas faire ça chez nous. It gets me angry that we cannot do this in our place. C'est vraiment gentil de rendre visite aux personnes âgées. It's really nice to visit old people. Il trouve ça génial que mon grand-père ait 95 ans. He thinks it's very great that my grandfather has 95 years old. Is 95 years old. Je trouve ça ennuyant de faire la cuisine. I find it boring to be cooking. Ok? Très bien. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, I would recommend you, to take a break once again. Okay? So, but just before this, Again, if you want to, if you are super motivated, you can write 5 sentences about this in the comments below the video, 2 sentences at infinitive, 3 sentences at subjunctive, and I will correct them. Okay? So, yeah, like I was saying, if you are watching this on YouTube, again, I would recommend you to pause the video right here, okay, and to come back maybe tomorrow or the day after for the last part of the video, okay? Like I was telling you earlier, in any case, I can promise you that you are not going to learn subjunctive in one day, so it's not smart, it's not the smartest choice to just try to pack in your brain with so many informations at once. You should just take it slowly, ok? C'est parti. On continue. Know how to use subjunctive to express a wish, to express the fact that you wish for something. Well, if what we have seen until now is okay for you, this one will be very easy because the logic is exactly the same. You want something about something specific, something generic, or about yourself, you will use, as always, de plus infinitif. Okay? It's exactly just like what we've seen before, exactly the same. Par exemple, je rêve de partir en vacances. Oh, I dream of going on holiday. Okay? Je rêve de, I'm dreaming of this. I really want this. Okay? Who is dreaming? It's me. Who will hypothetically go for holiday? Me, right? I'm dreaming to go on holiday. So I'm saying that I want something about myself or about something generic. That's why I use de plus infinitif, just like before. Elle veut venir avec moi. She wants to come with me. Who is wanting something? She. Who will come with me? She. She wants to come with me. So this is expressing something about herself. Huh? Okay? She wants and she will come. So it's the same, expressing something about herself. On voudrait payer, s'il vous plaît. We would like to pay, please. So in this context right here, who voudrait quelque chose? Who would like something? It's us, it's we, it's on, right? We would like to pay, please. On voudrait payer, s'il vous plaît. By the way, small exception, please note that with voudrait, just like with il faut earlier, we don't use de. But the logic is same, we use infinitive. That's what's important here. Okay, but just so you know that I have noticed it and it's not a mistake. So, who would like something? On, and who will pay? On. When I say we would like to pay, it's like we would like something and we will pay. So I'm expressing something about myself. But no. What if I say je voudrais que tu payes? I would like that you pay. Then, just like before, you get it, I'm in the context of expressing what I want about something different than myself, about something specific, so I use subjonctif. Je voudrais que tu payes. I would like that you pay. Ok? J'aimerais qu'elle vienne avec moi. I would like that she comes with me. So, I would like, okay? J'aimerais, I would like that she comes with me. I expressing what I want about something different than myself, about something specific. So I use subjunctive. Or what we have seen right at the beginning of this very long video, je veux que tu fasses la vaisselle. I want you to do the dishes. Same. So that is why in the first example, right at the introduction of the video, we have seen this example sentence. Okay? So I hope that now, when you see this sentence, maybe you feel like, ah, okay, no, I get it, okay, j'ai capté, d'accord. C'est bon? Vas-y. So, very common expressions. J'aimerais, j'aimerais bien, so I would like to. Je veux, I want. Je voudrais, I would like. Je préfère, I prefer. Je rêve, I dream, okay? Je souhaite que, I wish for something. And there is a very strange exception in French. J'espère que, so I wish that, only this one, j'espère, we use indicative. That's an exception. That's exceptional, that's outstanding. Don't ask me why. It's just like this. So we will say, j'espère que tu viens avec moi. I hope that you come with me. J'espère que tu feras la vaisselle. I wish or I hope that you will do the dishes. Pay attention. I said that with j'espère que, you use indicatif. I didn't say you have to use présent. I said you have to use indicatif. So, after j'espère que, you can use passé composé, imparfait, présent de l'indicatif, futur simple, etc. It's just that you have to use tenses of the real world, tenses of indicatif. J'espère qu'elle a mangé. Okay? I hope that she has eaten, that she ate. Ça va? Très bien. Eh ben vas-y, tu peux conjuguer les verbes suivants. So now you have three options. If you are expressing something about oneself or about something generic, you use infinitive. Okay? If you are expressing something about, if you are saying that you wish for something about something different than yourself, you use subjunctif. And if you are using j'espère que, then you use indicatif. Ok? Vas-y. C'est bon? On regarde. J'aimerais qu'il fasse la cuisine des fois. I would like him to do the cooking sometimes. J'espère qu'il va faire, j'espère qu'il fera. Hein? Okay. I hope he will cook tomorrow. Je veux faire la cuisine avec toi. I want to cook with you. I want to do the cooking with you. So you can see it's really interesting. I have chosen these sentences. Here you really have the three cases, subjonctif, indicatif, infinitif, of the same verb, which is faire. J'espère que tu n'as pas oublié de mettre du poivre. I hope you didn't forget to put some pepper. Elle voudrait que je vienne à la fête de samedi soir. Ce serait bien que j'aie plus d'argent, que je puisse inviter Sarah. It would be good that I have more money and that I could invite Sarah. Tu préfères qu'il pleuve? You prefer that it's raining? Vous ne voulez pas partir? You don't want to leave? Vous ne voulez pas que je parte? You don't want that I leave? Très bien. Ça va? I hope that's okay. If the previous part was okay for you, then this one is just the same. Just like last time, you can do this writing exercise, free writing exercise. So if you're super motivated, in the comments below this video, you can write a few sentences, some sentence at infinitive, some at indicatif, and some with que plus subjonctif. You can write about anything that you want, just like we have seen in the examples, okay? All right, now how to use subjonctif to express a goal, to express an objective that you have. Guess what? It is going to be just the same as what we have seen until now. So, if you want to express a goal about something generic or about yourself, guess what? You are going to use infinitive. So you don't conjugate the verb. Look at this example right here. J'éteins la lumière pour dormir. I am turning off the light to sleep. So in this sentence, j'éteins la lumière, this is what I do. This is the action I'm doing. I turn off the light. Pour dormir is the goal. This is the reason why I do it. That's what I mean when I say you are expressing a goal about something. Okay? So, j'éteins la lumière is the action that the person is doing. Dormir, to sleep, is the goal. It is like why you're doing this. Okay? And this pour is the word that allows you to say like I turn off the light in order to sleep, for sleeping, to sleep. Okay? So here, just like we've seen before, who is turning off the light is like the woman, for example. Who is going to sleep is the woman. So the woman is expressing a goal about herself because she is turning off the light so she can sleep. The person doing the action and the person who is targeted by the result are the same. So that is why I am using infinitive pour dormir. Okay? But now, imagine that it's a father who is turning off the light, not for himself, but for his daughter, so she can sleep. So now I am not expressing a goal about myself. Now the person doing the action and the person who is targeted by the result are not the same anymore. So I will use subjonctif, just like before. J'éteins la lumière pour que tu dormes. I turn off the light so you can sleep. So you sleep. The person doing the action, the father here, and the person who is targeted by the action are not the same anymore. So I am expressing a goal about like another subject, something else. That's why I use subjunctive. The logic is exactly the same than all the other examples we have seen until now. So it should be okay for you. Par exemple, je voyage afin de venir chez toi. I travel so I can come to your place. So let's imagine, for example, the woman right here, she's French, and she has a friend in India, for example, okay? And so her Indian friend invited her to come. So the woman here, she says, je voyage, I travel, afin de venir chez toi. I travel so I can come to your place. Who is traveling? It's the girl. Who is arriving to your place? It's the girl. So the girl is expressing a goal about herself because the girl is traveling and the girl is coming. Okay? But now, if I say, tu m'invites afin que je vienne chez toi, you are inviting me, so I come to your place. Now, the person doing the action is the Indian friend. You invite me. And the person who's coming is the girl. So I am expressing a goal about another subject and I use subjunctive. Okay? There's not much more explanation I can give you. Like, I think it's very clear like this, and it's the same logic. I mean, we've been talking about this logic for the past 45 minutes maybe. So I think you should start getting it by now. The common expressions here for infinitive are afin de, ou bien pour. Pour is really the most common in French. Gna gna gna, pour gna gna, gna gna gna, pour gna gna. Subjonctif, afin que, pour que. Ok? Très bien. Please pay attention to the fact that afin takes de, pour doesn't take de. Ok. Et ben on peut faire un nouvel exercice, just like always. Hein. You pause the video right here and either you let the verbs at infinitive or you conjugate them at subjonctif. C'est bon? On regarde. Elle travaille pour gagner de l'argent. She works to earn some money. Il travaille tous les jours afin que vous soyez heureux. He works every day so you can be happy. Je t'ai appelé pour que tu prennes ton sac. I called you so you can take your bag. J'ai prié pour que nous gagnions plus d'argent. I prayed so we earn more money. Il va chez le coiffeur afin d'être beau. He goes to the hair salon in order to be handsome. Nous allons au restaurant pour manger une entrecôte. We go to the restaurant to eat an entrecôte. Tu achètes des tickets afin de prendre le métro. You buy some tickets to take the MRT. Je vous invite pour que vous mangiez une entrecôte. I invite you so you can eat une entrecôte. Ok? Très bien. As always, you can do a free writing exercise in the comments below this video. You can practice writing a few sentences, some of them using infinitive, some of them using subjunctive, if you just want to practice writing like this, and I will correct them. Okay? Très bien. You can take a break again, so this is for the people who are watching this video from YouTube. I would recommend you to pause the video here and maybe come back to watch the last part of the video tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, so you can just give some time to your brain to rest a bit and it will be more efficient this way. If you are coming back for the last part of the video, then let's go. We are slowly reaching the end of these examples. No, this one is a big part. And this one is actually completely different from everything we have seen so far. So I need you to be extra focused right here. Okay. We use subjunctive to express an opinion, to express what we think about something. Different people and different teachers may have different ways to explain this one. From my point of view, this right here is the best explanation I can give you. Okay. This is the way my brain works, and this is the kind of explanation that works with me. So really try to get focused here. You can visualize, this is my own personal explanation. You can visualize a spectrum like this of how sure are you about something. Here you have 0%, here I have 100%. So what do I have at 100%? You have sentences like je suis sûr que, I am sure that, I know that, it's sure 100%. Remember, the spectrum right here is how sure are you about something? So 100% is je suis sûr que, I am sure. On the other hand, 0% is, well, I'm really not sure, right? Because the spectrum is how sure are you about something? 0% is I am not sure. Okay, this is pure logic, right? Now, at 75%, we would have the kind of sentences like I think that's right, I maybe not be 100% sure, but I still think that's right. So it's something like je pense que, I think that. When you say je pense que, I think that, it's not like you are 100% sure, but you're still on the positive side of the spectrum, like you still think that's correct, okay? And the equivalent here would be, I don't think so. It's not like I'm 100% not sure, but I don't think so. Je pense pas que. Je ne pense pas que. Okay? Well, the logic is that for the positive side of the spectrum, on the right, we use indicatif. Because we consider that if you tend to be sure about something, then it belongs to the real world, not the imaginary world. But on the other hand, if you are on the left side of the spectrum, so if you tend towards not being sure about something, then it belongs to the world of subjunctive, to the world of imagination, which, when you think about it, is just super logical. We just decided to cut the spectrum in half, and we said, okay, if I tend to be sure about something, then I use indicatif because I consider it belongs to the real world. If I tend to not be sure about something, then I use subjunctive because I consider that I am in the imagination world. So it just makes sense. It's just pure logic. And it perfectly fits the definition of indicatif et subjonctif. And so that is why you will use indicatif with je suis sûr que, so I am sure that, je suis certain que, I am sure that, je pense que, je crois que, je trouve que, etc. All of this belongs to indicatif. But then, il est possible que, it's possible that, je ne pense pas que, je ne crois pas que, I don't think that, je doute que, I doubt that, je ne crois pas que, I don't think that, je ne suis pas sûr que, I'm not sure that. For all of them, you will use subjonctif. Pure logic, ok? Par exemple, je suis sûr qu'elle va venir. I am sure she will come. I use indicatif. Je ne suis pas sûr qu'elle vienne. So, it might seem tricky for you right now. Je suis sûr qu'elle va venir. Because I am sure, I use indicatif. I am sure that she will come. But I will say, je ne suis pas sûr qu'elle vienne. I am not sure that she will come. Because now I am not sure, so I have to use subjunctive. Okay? Please pay attention to the fact that I am not joking here, that's serious. If you say, je suis sûr qu'elle vienne, that's a grammar mistake. You're not speaking correct French, technically speaking. If you say, je ne suis pas sûr qu'elle va venir, same, technically, that's a grammar mistake. It's not proper French, okay? So, still, I want you to understand that right here, these are kind of sophisticated rules already. Like, here, if you use indicative instead of subjunctive, this will not create a huge misunderstanding where suddenly people are chasing you in the street, try to kill you, you know, like everyone will understand what you mean, okay? But it's just not the way you are supposed to use grammar. That's it. That's why at the beginning of the video, I was saying all of these rules right here, you don't need them to go do some groceries. You don't need them to go in a bar and ask for a few drinks, you know, like you don't need them for this, but you need them to properly express yourself and slightly more sophisticated ideas. Je pense que tu es belle. I think you are beautiful. I think you are pretty. Je pense que, so I use indicatif. Je ne pense pas que tu sois belle. I do not think that you are beautiful. Je ne pense pas que tu sois. I use subjonctif. Ok? Je crois qu'il pleut. I think it's raining. Indicatif. Je doute qu'il pleuve. I doubt it's raining. Je doute qu'il pleuve. I use subjonctif. Ça va? So if you look at all of these examples, these are really following the subjonctif in orange, indicatif in purple here on the left. Je suis sûr qu'elle va venir. Je ne suis pas sûr qu'elle vienne. Je pense que tu es belle. Je ne pense pas que tu sois belle. Je crois qu'il pleut. Je doute qu'il pleuve, etc., etc. And also, il est possible qu'il pleuve. It's possible that it rains. So you could argue that il est possible que, which means it's possible that. You could argue that on the spectrum that I showed you, it should be on the indicative side. Personally, I feel like il est possible que, on the spectrum I showed you earlier, this is like the 50, this is like the perfect 50%. Okay, it's perfectly in between thinking that's correct and not thinking that's correct. So we just arbitrarily decided that il est possible que we'll be using subjonctif. That's it. Okay? Don't overthink about it. C'est tout. Tu peux mettre la vidéo en pause ici et conjuguer les verbes au subjonctif ou à l'indicatif. Vas-y. C'est bon? On regarde. Il est possible que nous venions demain. It is possible that we come tomorrow. Je pense qu'il faut boire du lait tous les jours. I think we must drink milk every day. Ah bon? Je ne pense vraiment pas qu'il faille boire du lait tous les jours. Really? I really don't think that we should drink milk every day. Je suis certain que tu vas réussir ou que tu réussiras ton examen demain. Je ne suis pas sûr que Julie soit d'accord avec moi. I am not sure that Julie agrees with me. Je ne pense pas que ça soit bien. I do not think that is great. That is good. Je crois qu'ils ont beaucoup d'argent. I think they have a lot of money. Je doute que vous ayez beaucoup d'argent. I doubt that you have a lot of money. Très bien. Last free writing exercise. If you're super motivated, you can practice writing by yourself. You can write a few sentences, some of them using infinitive, some of them using subjunctive. You can write them below this video and I will correct them. And we have almost reached the end of this guide. We are going to see a last rule, okay? So, warning, this is a strange rule that only a few people know about. There is no official statistic about this, but if I had to guess, personally, I would guess that 99% of French people don't know about this rule, and 99% of French people make mistake about this rule. So honestly, I have put this rule right here just for the honesty that, okay, at least you know the rule and I presented it to you and it's using subjunctive. But honestly, we really don't care about this. Like no one knows about this in France and so many people are making mistake about this. So this is really super precise and sophisticated. That's why I don't want to go in detail because I think it's not even so interesting. So I just made the laziest slide possible to show you the rule. The rule is that in French, when you say après que, you use indicatif. And when you say avant que, you use subjonctif. So after that, you use indicatif. Before that, you use subjunctif. If you go online, you will find explanations like, no, actually it's logic because some people in their mind, they get the logic that if you express that something happened after something else, it tends to be in the real world of indicatif. But if you say that something happened before something else, you tend to be towards the imagination world of subjunctive. Some people seem to get the logic in their mind. To be fully honest with you, I don't. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe in a few years I will get the logic. For now, honestly, I don't get it. So that's why I don't go into explanation because personally, this one is still abstract to me and I still don't get. I get it a bit, but if I'm honest, I don't really get it. And I do think a lot of people are pretending to get it, but actually they don't really get it. So I don't want to pretend anything, okay? So I tell you honestly, this one I just don't get the logic. So it's just something that you have to learn by heart. So, example, je suis arrivé 5 minutes après que tu es parti. I arrived 5 minutes after that you were gone. Je suis arrivé 5 minutes avant que tu sois parti. So, by right, you are supposed to speak like this. You are supposed to say après que tu es parti, indicatif, hein, avant que tu sois parti, subjonctif. Okay, that's it. I don't want to do any exercise about this because like I told you, it's really like a super precise rule. So that's Okay. Like I was saying, everyone in France make mistake about this, okay, including me, by the way. This should not be your priority, no, not at all, but okay, at least you've heard about it. All right, at least you heard about it. Okay, you next time you hear about it, you say, okay, yeah, I heard about it once. Ça va. And that's it. We have reached the end. Okay, congratulations. My throat is super painful. Actually, I'm putting my face in the middle, but the hands are uploading, so in the middle here should be your face, not mine. Huh? So this is you that the imaginary hands are uploading. Congratulations for going through this full guide, and maybe you watched the whole video, maybe you did all the exercises. Subjunctif is really a complicated topic, and I really hope that this video was able to provide you with more information. It was a long video, but I think it's necessary to take the time to explain things. Honestly, I think this video so far is really my best attempt. It's really the best I can do to explain subjunctif in a logical way while keeping it generic enough so I can just explain it in a public video like this. Okay? I remind you that this video is part of a B1 course that is available on my website. You can go check an introduction video of the course, and you can actually try the course for free as well if you are interested. Ok? Ciao mon pote, prends soin de toi, bisous et à bientôt.